What's up, guys? Today we're working on a new car. So this is my new Lexus is250. This is an all-wheel drive model, which is pretty cool. Don't worry, I still have the Celica. It's just at the back of the driveway now. This thing's got a lot of problems, and today we're gonna start fixing a few things. Or not really fixing, but overall assessing what we need to do on this car. So this is a 2009. It's an automatic, it's all-wheel drive. The all-wheel drives only came in automatic. This is going to be the new family car at my house, pretty much. But we're not gonna let it be a boring car. We're gonna make it look cool. I got this car for pretty cheap, and there's a good reason for that. Overall, the body looks pretty good everywhere except for in the front. Yeah. So starting off, we have a huge crack in the glass. But it doesn't even look like a natural crack. It looks like somebody intentionally hit this with something, because it is like a huge crack. It's spidered out. It's only on the top layer, so no water's getting inside, which is good. Next, the front end needs a lot of work. This bumper is unpainted. We're missing some stuff here. The side's really loose. If I put my hand here, you can see that the whole headlight moves. This fender is kind of messed up. It's twisted. This part won't stay down. This side it's pushed this way towards the car. You have some damage along here. This car, I don't know the history of it too much. It does run and drive. We can't start it right now because the battery's dead. But the reason I got it for so cheap is because this is a rebuilt title. And I can tell, obviously, this was in a front end crash. The seller couldn't tell me much about it. So I guess it happened before he got it. I've already been collecting some parts for this thing. I think when this car was repaired initially, the bare minimum was done to put it back on the road. Because it looks like this headlight was replaced, because this one's a lot wider. And this side, it's very secure, like nothing's loose. So this side doesn't look like it was damaged. But we have a little bit of rust right here. So I'm thinking this fender probably got bent right here, but they were able to hammer it back out. This fender is probably the original as well. But this one, I would like to replace it because it's just not fitting right. This headlight probably looks original because this one's super faded. And this piece right here, it's like not in place properly. It's jumping around. The bumper is not painted. We don't have the grills. We don't have this grill. We're missing the crash bar as well. I don't know how you get a car safety without the foam part. We have the actual crash bar, just not the foam bit. We also have a big dent right here. I don't even know how this happens, but I'd like to try and fix this. The interior is surprisingly clean. And I think it was probably cleaned before it was sold to me, because it had like this mat in it. The floors look like they were vacuumed. Like the carpet's super clean. It's a nice car. It's 2009, so we have the updated interface right here. You don't get the screen on the earlier models, I think. And we have white leather on black. The back seats are filled with stuff. I've been collecting stuff from the junkyards. Yeah, so let's start doing some work. First off, we have to deal with the battery because it's dead. pretty normal under the hood. A lot of the engine covers are in the trunk, and we can't even open the trunk since it's an electric trunk. Here's the battery. So the plan is we're gonna take this out and let it charge, because I have a charger, and we're just gonna look over some things here and there. Took the battery out. It's pretty heavy. Let's check the oil. It's a little dark, but it is full. Okay, we've checked the oil and the levels are good. Taken out the battery, and that's all I really want to do with the engine today. I know that it runs, so it's not really a concern. I'm gonna charge the battery inside, so that probably will take a day, and then tomorrow we can get it running and make sure that it sounds good and healthy. I guess for now we can take off the front bumper, because I managed to get some of the missing pieces from the junkyards, and we can just put those in, because I don't feel like we're gonna paint this anytime soon, but I don't want to just have gaping holes. Alright, so I've just plugged in the battery after letting it charge overnight. It's kind of strange, when I left it to charge, the charger, it didn't say that it was fully charged, but it's been a long time, so it should have enough power. As soon as I plugged it in, the lights turned on, and they're not turning off yet, which is kind of strange. I think this bulb is dead. The rear lights are turning on too. I guess we can try and start it now. I'll probably have to start it every day to keep this battery alive. Okay, first thing, lights switch was on, so that explains that. Alright, maybe that's why the battery kept dying before. Try again. Awesome. We got a lot of lights on. Okay, so we used to have an engine light for the O2 sensors, but that looks like it's gone away. I think that was just because it was sitting. We have a tire pressure light. We have this triangle thing. I think that's for the hood being open. So now that the battery has power, we can start working on a couple other things. This doesn't work at all. I don't know why. I'm not getting any power to any of these buttons, so I think there's a fuse that's blown. This window also doesn't work. I don't know why that is. Yeah. So driver's works. When I push it, it's like flashing. The rest are not doing that. Just like push these. They work. When I click this one, it's not doing anything. So our mirror works. That's cool. I did not even know that it had a compass in there. That's interesting. All right, so let's just let the car run for a bit because I don't know what to do next. You know what? Let's fill up the tires with air. Try to get all these lights out of the way. So the car's running good. I just filled up this tire with air. I still need to fill up the tire on that side, but there's something I forgot to check. I wanted to look at the air box. Since this car was sitting, there's a chance that something might have gone in here, and it's always good to check. Took the filter out, looks pretty clean. Not really worried about it. And there is nothing inside. Nothing to be concerned about. I am missing some parts here. There's supposed to be like part of the intake goes from here out to here. So I gotta get that at some point, but for now it's okay. Let's put the filter back in and we can move on to some other stuff. Shit. Alright. Okay, so we know that the car works, it runs. We do have an engine light that's coming on after it's running for a while, so we have to deal with that later. The next thing I want to try dealing with is the hood release cable. It's messed up, it's been cut. And I got another one from the junkyard, but fishing it through the firewall is really tricky because I can't find any forums about it and no videos online. So this is the old one, not usable. It comes through a rubber grommet right back there. This is probably going to be difficult to film. But yeah, the idea is probably going to be, I'm probably going to fish it through this corner. This is where it comes out. You can see it right here. This is the old cable going down, and then it goes through the wall here. Here's where the cable's been cut. I don't know why they would do this. Because even if the car had no power, you can get in with the manual key and open it. This is the new cable. Whichever side has this flat bit, this is the side that goes into the firewall. This sits inside the engine bay against the rubber. So we're going to start by trying to fish this part through the firewall. Okay, so this is what I figured out so far. I pulled out the old cable because with this in the way, there wasn't enough space to fish in the new line. So I put in this really thin cable through the hole. It's much easier to push this through from the interior, so I pushed it through and I taped it to the new cable. And so now I'm going to try pulling the thin cable from the other side until we can get the new cable through. Alright boys, update. 30 minutes of wiggling my fingers in the dark and not really seeing anything. Finally got the cable through. The tape method with the thinner cable, it worked pretty well. You know, it was still hard, but there's no way I could have just pushed this through without that method. So we got the cable through almost all the way. I think I just need to pull it a little bit more, and all right, now we can start running this through the fender. not through the fender, just it goes underneath the metal like this and then to the latch. And luckily the old one is still in place, so I'm just gonna follow this to figure out where it goes. Like let's see if I can show this. Everywhere there's like this red thing, it's where it clips into something. So right there is one spot where it clips in, and then it just keeps going underneath. And then right there, there's another clip. You can see a little bit of red, that's where it clips at. Keeps going, keeps going, keeps going. And right here, right around here, where this box is, it goes down a bit lower. Can't really tell where it's going from here. Pretty sure it's underneath this. And okay, this part I gotta figure out because I don't see it coming out anywhere. But yeah, this is the old cable. I also don't know how this attaches to the latch, so I gotta figure that out on the spot. So for now, I'm gonna start running this cable down through here. What's up, guys? It's a new day. It's the next day, actually. We didn't finish putting in the hood cable, so we're gonna finish that today. You know, I couldn't get good angles of this car from where it's parked right now. It's just in the front of my driveway. So we're gonna move it a little bit back towards the center. Selka's on the street. Dude, I love the side angle, the side profile of this car. But we're not focusing on that today, we're doing this. So I'm gonna move it just over there. Okay, so better look at what I've done so far. So yesterday we put the hood cable through the firewall and we routed it under the fender in the OEM spot. And then right around here, there's a clip. Where is it? Right under here, this clip that is attached to the cable, and it pops through from the bottom. And that's the only clip, I think. No, there's two more over there. Yeah. There's two there with the red tape on it, and then there's a clip here underneath here. So now the cable has to run under this metal, and there should be a hole through here that it goes through. But I can't get it through here, so I'm gonna try removing this headlight so I can have more access. And I think to remove the headlight, I have to remove the bumper, which I needed to do anyways, so I'm gonna figure that out. So you can tell right away we're missing a lot of stuff that's supposed to be in here, and we're missing the foam. And so we're gonna try taking off this headlight for now. We'll deal with this part later. There's only one clip, which is this one. This is the only wiring. I don't know how to open it. I think I just clipped it in. Okay, let me unclip this. Right, so the tabs on this headlight are broken, so there's nothing to unscrew. I just have this one clip that I'm not really strong enough to unclip. You have to push this thing this way until it's like flat with this plastic, but I just can't do it. So I don't really need to take the headlight off, I just need it out of the way. So I'm just gonna leave it on the floor like this. Yeah, I'm just gonna work like that. If you look in there, so this is the hole that I think I need to put the cable through. Now it's another tricky thing we've run into. So now we've got the cable routed all the way, and now we gotta connect it to the latch. So I could either take off this whole panel and just like flip it over, and that would give me really easy access to the latch, or I can try unbolting it from here, I think. I'm not 100% sure. Okay, so I just took off a screw on the top, and I took off a screw from right here, and I think that's all that's holding the plastic. Yeah, so we can take this plastic out of the way. So this is out of the way, and now I think we can take off the latch, which is hopefully just these two bolts. So there was a screw here, a screw on the side, and there's one more right here, but it's hidden by this little cover. So I think these are all 10 mil bolts, so there we go. Now okay. All right, there we go. Try to be careful. Doesn't look too bad in here. So it looks like this we can just pull off, and then right there, that's where the ball goes on. Okay, it's off. there we go. Okay, new one's in. That wasn't too bad. And now we just gotta slide it back in there. Hope you could see that really well, but new cable here, rubber thing clips into this, and if you just pull on this, there's like a lever that comes out, and then you can see where the ball connects. So yeah, that got my hands dirty really fast. Alright, now we just gotta do this in reverse. So, okay, good. Now, slide it back in. Okay, so to see if I did this right, I'm going to close the hood and hopefully I'll be able to pull the cable and it should work. Fantastic. Okay, perfect. That looked like a charm. So to finish this up, you just gotta throw back this plastic and the clips along with it. So the hood cable, that's out of the way. Hood closes, it opens. It actually closes better than before somehow. Before I had to slam it to shut, now I can close it, so I guess it lines up a little better. But moving on to this corner, now I said before that this car was a rebuild, and I think it was primarily hit in the front corner. Because we could tell, because this fender is a little banged up, and also this headlight looks newer than that one, and all the tabs on this one are broken. And you know, from the engine bay I couldn't tell much. Everything looks straight. We have a small kink right here, but everything's lining up on this thing, so I'm not really worried about that. But this, I just noticed, is a bit of a concern. That is definitely not how it should look like. That is smashed in, and look at it from the side. This thing is like tilted like this. It's supposed to be like parallel, I think. So we gotta find these things, which isn't too hard because there's just, it bolts to the car right here and right here. So we can just get this from a junkyard, I think. But that's kind of, those are really big bolts. I don't know if I have a socket for that. But that's kind of annoying that they didn't fix that whenever this car was initially rebuilt. And this side I think is straight. Hard to tell, but I think this is straight, but this thing is just tilted because of that side, so bent in. And I noticed, because I was trying to put the foam on, the crash foam bar, I couldn't get one that was in perfect shape, but this one's pretty close. I also got that from a junkyard. And yeah, when I was putting it on, it was kind of just like getting stuck here in the headlight. And that's when I realized like this is tilted. So that's a new discovery. But in the meantime, we're gonna swap this fender for another one I picked up at the junkyard. Slight change of plans. I don't really want to take off the fender right now because it's a bit of a hassle. You need to take off part of the, whatever this plastic is called, because there's a bolt up here, and you have to take off the side skirts because there's two bolts hidden behind that. And it's getting late, I don't want to do that. Let's do something a bit easier. So we have the front bumper here, just the raw plastic bumper, and it had none of the trim. And I got, I think, all of it here, and the 2 fog lights. So let's just put this together. I got all these from the junkyard, and this one's kind of bent, but I think you can still make it work. This is for the center right here.